coach Deion Sanders and his Colorado Buffaloes came up big again, defeating Texas Tech 41-27 on the road. Colorado's fourth consecutive win on the road keeps their Big 12 championship hopes alive as they eye a potential college football playoff berth. Travis Hunter shone again, making 9 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown, bolstering his Heisman candidacy. Quarterback Shedeur Sanders delivered a stellar performance, completing 30 of 43 passes for 291 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Colorado's defense also stepped up with 7 sacks, an interception, and 2 fumble recoveries, containing Texas Tech after a brutal 13-0 start in the first quarter. The Buffaloes, now 7-2, entered the game ranked 20th in playoff rankings and tied for second in the Big 12. However, with Iowa State's loss to Kansas, Colorado now controls its destiny in the conference. In another must-win matchup, they're set to face Utah at home next week on Fox's Big Noon Saturday. Despite a solid rushing effort from Texas Tech's Taj Brooks, who set the school's career rushing record, the Red Raiders couldn't keep pace with the Buffaloes. Colorado's defense made game-sealing plays in the fourth quarter, including a forced fumble on Tech quarterback Baron Morton in his end zone. Safety Shilo Sanders recovered it for a 6-yard touchdown, solidifying Colorado's lead with under a minute left. After Texas Tech cut the lead to 34-27 with just over 2 minutes remaining, Colorado recovered the onside kick, allowing them to control the ball and run out the clock. The game was intense, with Texas Tech's crowd throwing debris, prompting their head coach, Joey McGuire, to address the fans and ask them to stop. This win now places Colorado as the clear second seed in the Big 12, behind only BYU. With 3 games left, including matchups against Utah, they're in prime position to make the Big 12 championship game. This impressive run highlights the stark turnaround since Coach Sanders took over, an incredible feat for a team that was 1-11 just 2 seasons ago. Colorado turned things around after a rocky start to secure a 41-27 win over Texas Tech, propelling their path toward a Big 12 title. The Buffs initially trailed 13-0 in the first quarter, but Shedeur Sanders jump-started the comeback with a 7-yard rushing touchdown, giving Colorado a 17-13 lead early in the third quarter. Sanders was sharp, completing 30 of 43 passes for 291 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. He connected with standout Travis Hunter, who finished with 9 catches for 99 yards and a touchdown, further fueling his Heisman Trophy campaign. Texas Tech's Taj Brooks set a school rushing record, totaling 137 yards, but it wasn't enough. Colorado's defense locked in, racking up 7 sacks, an interception, and 2 fumble recoveries. After allowing Tech to cut the lead to 34-27 late in the fourth quarter, the Buffs' defense sealed the game when Shilo Sanders forced a fumble in the end zone, recovering it for a touchdown to bring the final score to 41-27. The game was tense and emotional, with Tech's coach, Joey McGuire, even taking the mic to ask fans to stop throwing debris onto the field, some of which was directed at Colorado's sideline. Despite this, Colorado stayed focused and scored on 6 of their last 7 drives, including a field goal by Alejandro Mata that extended their lead to 34-20. This victory was Colorado's 4th consecutive road win, pushing them to a 7-2 record and second place in the Big 12. With Iowa State losing to Kansas, Colorado now controls their fate in the Big 12 standings. Next, they face Utah at home in a big noon game on Fox, aiming to solidify their path to the Big 12 championship and potentially a spot in the college football playoff. Despite Colorado receiver Jimmy Horn Jr. leaving the game with a lower body injury, the Buffs' offense maintained momentum, outpacing a Red Raiders squad that showed early firepower. Tech's quarterback, Baron Morton, threw 2 touchdowns, but his team ultimately faltered as Colorado's defense kept up relentless pressure. As the season nears its end, Coach Deion Sanders' impact on the Buffs is evident. Colorado has transformed from a 1-11 record 2 years ago to a team vying for a conference title, thanks mainly to Sanders' leadership and his son's stellar play. The Buffs are now 11-10 under Sanders, a notable turnaround that could culminate in a historic season.